Big fireball. More fire. More fire.
Yes, cunt lords and motherfuckers, we are back in town, and this is episode 58, in, out, shake it all about, and it's not your balls going forwards and backwards making that slapping sound on your ass. I'm Sam Spanner. I'm with my legendary cousin,
Adam Shagam, how are you?
Adam Shagam, according to Jay Motti. Yes, good mate.
Oh, mate, I've just
Fucking
farted and it's pure sulphur.
mate, you want to stick it in a bottle and sell it on eBay? There's some weirdos going around that buy that kind of shit.
Mate,
Used
honestly, that's
underwear.
radioactive. Nice.
Mate, if you like sell some underwear with a skid mark, you'll be looking for a profit and a half, mate. Oh, fuck me.
Oh,
Mate, the world's gone to
that's fucking
fucking
right, mate.
pot since we've not done a podcast, because you fucked off north of Hadrian's Wall to go up to Scotland for a holiday. Then I blew fucking half a grand of cryptocurrencies doing stupid shit. And then your van blew up, so yeah.
How much did you lose?
Fucking never mix. Well, I just said about half a grand. So never
Fucking
piss
hell.
about with beer, rum, and cryptocurrencies, because things go to shit, mate. So
Okay.
anyway, we won't talk about the sad van incident, but you know you're making ends meet, which is important. So you're not delivering the local bags of coke around the estate. I'm joking, mate.
No, not me.
Oh, mate, what are you munching on now?
A bit of chocolate.
Mate, I thought you fucking rolled a wafer thin ham spliff and you were nibbling on it, because I could hear the slapping on the side of your mouth.
No,
Oh, brilliant, mate.
chocolate.
Oh, great stuff. So, mate, Scotland, how was it? What'd you get up to?
Yeah, hang on, let me just locate my bollocks. I've just gone really high.
Oh,
Hang on, I've got chocolate on the vocal.
nice.
I've got chocolate on the vocal cords. Hang on.
Oh, mate. So, what'd you buy? A kilt, mate?
Oh, there we go. Gargle. Yeah, no, the trip was quite good actually. We
Sorry,
went
I
up
was
to
just glad
Edinburgh.
that you're a swallow person. You're a swallow person, not a spitter.
Correct.
Sorry, mate.
Let you into a secret there. Yeah, no, the trip was all right. We stopped over in Newcastle for one evening. Literally just down the road from St James's Park.
Get beaten up?
Which was quite... No, I stayed in the hotel, mate.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, no, St James's Park was quite a nice stadium to look at from the outside.
Yeah, but probably not from the inside. Because, I mean,
well, no, that's it. But
no offence to the Geordie lasses, but when you go up to Geordie Land, it's like fucking Spot the Bird who's been tangoed, you know? Fucking
mate,
hit
honestly,
by an assault rifle full of foundation and spray tan.
Mate, it was honestly, it was horrendous. It was crazy. It was, because
it's like the Iron Brew mist, the orange mist drifting down from Scotland.
This is it. But yeah, no.
Oh, fucking brilliant!
Edinburgh was quite nice. We took the kids around the zoo.
Okay.
They got to see
What, see our cousins?
the pandas that were up there. Yeah, the
Okay.
pandas and koalas that they wanted to see. And then we had
All right, fair enough.
a day trip out on an open top bus around Edinburgh. That was quite insightful. So that's
Okay. And what was the most hilarious thing you saw north of the wall, mate?
what the most Scottish thing that you could possibly see in one view. You mean?
Yes, mate. Yes, mate.
Yeah, that would be a bloke who is of a large physique like myself, walking down the road in a sleeveless vest, shorts, flip flops, and it was quite sunny the time that we're up there. So
Okay.
obviously all the Scots had gone out and got severely like roasted. So there's this like
Yeah.
bald headed Scotsman walking down the road, sleeveless t-shirt, shorts, flip flops, looked like a lobster, a fag hanging out his mouth, while carrying a crate of Tennant's lager. That was the yeah that was basically like what I expected to see. That was fantastic.
Oh, oh, quality, mate. And when you came back, obviously, Granddad says you're the fucking king of the barbecue at the minute, mate, and you're slapping on the meat.
Give my mate a good slap, yeah. Um, yeah, and then come back and had a barbecue. Invited Grandad round. He found it
Yeah.
quite difficult because of his lack of teeth, but he enjoyed himself.
Mate, I think we did a video call with him the other day, and my kids were horrified when they saw him. Fucking one, because he looks like a mad scientist. He's just got like fucking massive side bush growing around his head and a big bald top, and his eyebrows are thick as fucking panda's fucking paws. I don't know, bloody hell! But your mum's got to
Yeah,
get round there ASAP and fucking give him a haircut, mate. Bloody hell!
yeah. Well, you never know
Oh,
because he's gone
okay.
up. He's gone up to Sheffield with your parents, so your dad might treat him to a to your dad's special, a full on slaphead.
Oh, mate. Not just the fucking slaphead job. He'll fucking with when he takes the combs off to do around your ears. Fucking oh, mate, spice. That's a spicy meatball, mate. He fucking like shreds your ears, and you get all these hair
Yeah.
splinters stuck in the wound. Bastard. Anyway, we got some shout out, mates. So,
Yes.
my old dear colleague Davey Boy G, he's not at all thinking about going back to Real Madrid to work in the sports science department because he doesn't get on with Ancelotti. He says he's a right old cunt.
Right.
So write that down, mate. And he also says how much he's missed us, especially the sound of Adam Shaggam saying Adam Shaggam. And mate, we do have so much work banter. Just like my mates randomly be like Adam Shaggam. And the Irish legend Damo, fucking the other day, right? So on Fridays we coincide at lunchtime, and it's sort of like wind down Fridays, and we have a right old fucking laugh. And he was there, like trying to explain to me and two female colleagues about how he tries to not piss all over the toilet in the middle of the night. So brace yourself, yeah. So what he does is the dick trick squat. So I don't know if you remember when we were kids at school, when you were getting changed, you'd all piss about in the changing room by shoving your meat and two veg between your legs and walking around the changing room showing off your minge pubes to the lads. So Damien, to not fucking make a mess, what he does is he does the dick trick, pushes his dick back through his legs, squats, and does a piss like that backwards.
Why doesn't he just sit down?
Fucking hits the target. I don't know. It's not like me taking a shit on the fucking village green, is it, mate? Oh dear. Oh, mate, this is the legend that does the silent fart trick when you pull one of your ass cheeks as wide as possible. So you do a love puff and you don't startle the missus.
I'd end up shitting myself if I did that, I think.
Oh, just sprayed beer down the fucking computer. Oh, more shout outs. Here we go. Sufyan S.
Okay.
The other day, well, this was after the old Villarreal final. So he goes, the royal village king of all villages in Europe. So good old reference to us Rohedgians. Then we've got John from the United Way. Johnny Cavani, mate.
Yeah.
Fucking what a legend. And you've got to check out his latest sort of Premier League predictions for next season. Very interesting. And
Nice.
last episode he goes, wait, what? No gammy toe talk? Yeah, you replied to him courteously by saying I forgot to talk about how I cut my foot with a Stanley blade. So fucking take the mic, mate, and tell us how you shredded your foot.
Right, okay. I have
pube in your mouth.
Yeah, if you haven't already worked out, rank feet, right?
Yeah.
I've either got a gammy toe, blisters on the soles, or I get a lot of dry skin around the heels. Yeah. So
Parmesan.
I am. So I was finished painting. I was decorating the bedroom week before last, and I sat there and I started picking my foot, and I was like, I don't know, that bit of skin seems really thick and dead. I've seen this video on Facebook of somebody using a special tool that they use to remove dead skin. It's like a bit like a cheese slicer, but it's not, right? It's actually a sensible apparatus for the job, right? So I was sitting there and I was like, I bought a new decorating kit, and in this decorating kit was a nice Stanley blade. So I was like, right, I haven't used it, so it's going to be semi-sterile and it's going to be really sharp. So I'm like, okay then. So I opened it out and I started. It basically, if you've been into a kebab shop and watched them strim a doner kebab, right? I was basically taking strips of dead skin off my heel, yeah. And I got loads off, right? It looked like Parmesan cheese, right? So let's put your Parmesan for the rest of your life. However, I closed the blade and I didn't open, and I thought I'd finished, and I just ran my hand over my foot, and I was like, oh, there's a bit more hard skin there, and I opened it, but I didn't open it far enough, so the end was out, and I went down, and I basically sliced my heel, and I was pissing blood everywhere.
Oh, fucking gruesome, mate. Oh, mate, if Dave saw that, he'd have fucking puked.
So I do skin removal with a Stanley knife, so it's all good.
Mate, so next time you're in a kebab shop, think about my cousin Adam. Fucking brilliant, mate. So,
trimming bits of meat
continuing
off my
from
foot,
the last show. Continuing from the last show, we were talking about STD puns for Liverpool players, past and present. And we had a few of the lads commenting in the old comments. So we had United Steve 79. He said, instead of Sammy Lee, we got Scabby Flea. So, hold on. We got that big red bus says for David Fairclough. We got rapid pubic hair dandruff. Oh no, David Fairclough, rapid fucking pubic hair dandruff. And he goes, "Great to have you weirdos back." We're fucking weird, mate. Yeah, we like
Definitely.
all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Ricky Balboa for Ian Air. He says Ian Krabby pubic hair. Old Donald Witherford's for Yossi Ben Ayoun. He says Yeasty Ben Punani. And then Santa Notch, the absolute fucking legend of all legends. He goes, "I got Phil Krabs for Phil Babb." We got for Bruce Grobbelaar. Bruce Pubic Grobbelice. Oh mate, I don't know how to say this. We got Ivor Biscan. We got Ivor Biscan Croyd. And for Anfield, we've got Clam Chowderfield.
Yes.
Which only goes and reminds me of, and it's Chowder Boy from Orgasmo. Like, how good was that film?
Yes, mate. That was that was funny.
Oh, mate, we used to watch that on repeat, mate. So I was speaking to your dad yesterday about the heat over here. Fucking got in the car the other day. It said 48 degrees.
Fuck that, mate. Fuck
Fucking
that.
mate. If you make kitchen roll melt when you put it on your head, mate, you'd have fucking made your clothes melt.
It's like that.
Oh, mate.
Like that video I sent you the other night of General Levy sweating
Yeah,
his
mate.
balls off on MC, and I was like, yeah.
Oh, fucking mate. That reminds me of at your place. It was one summer we were having a bit of an old. Hold on. Fucking brace yourself. Oh, fucking spicy. We were having a jam in the old music room in the back of your house, and you were on the drums and I was on the guitar. You were wearing this grey vest.
Yes.
Mate, when you'd finished jamming, you couldn't see in the room because it was just full of like humid mist. And when we got out, your fucking vest was covered in sweat, bar 2 round circles, which represented the location of your nipples. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Talking about heat.
Nothing like a bit of
Oh,
glum
matey
and
boy,
sweat.
down in Texas, Boomhauer. I don't know what the weather's like
Yes.
down where you're from, but I imagine
Spicy,
it's
I
pretty
reckon.
hot as well. Spicy. So, having a good old chat with Boomhauer in the comments, and he says he liked the idea of a diamond midfield of Bruno up on top, Pogba on the left, Sancho on the right, and Grealish
Yep.
or Rice at the base. So with Rashford, Marshall, Greenwood, and Cavani vying for the striker positions. But when Cavani goes after next year, break the bank for Haaland, and that's for a centre back. Let's get Varane. So we've got some good food for thought there, mate. So,
Yep.
opinions. Give me your opinions.
On what Boomhauer said.
Yes, of course, mate.
Yeah, I think realistically, we're Sancho would make sense, but then I don't know. There's something that in the I feel it in my bones that we should give Diallo a run. I don't know why. There's just something that I can't quite put my finger on it because he just seems. Is he the missing piece of the puzzle? I don't know.
Hmm.
But I think
Well, the
what
other
Bruce
day,
Howell was saying about.
you. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry, continue, mate.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think about having the diamond of Bruno, Pogba on the left, and Sancho on the right is good work. But yeah, I don't know. I
I
think
think especially. I mean, if you're playing a team that sort of sits back and parks the bus, I definitely see the sense
like
of having,
Villarreal.
old Pogba on the left.
Yeah,
So, they'll definitely be more balanced, especially with Sancho on the right, which would be brilliant. And I still think there's a cheeky chance that we can get Haaland. So if we get him, that'll be fucking sick next year. And
I
Varane,
think
well,
with Haaland,
what do you think about Varane? Yeah, sorry, mate.
Varane. Yeah, I think
No, tell me about
that is
Haaland first.
Haaland. I think realistically, I don't think anybody's going to sign him this summer.
No. This is
And
release clause, so that's
realistically,
about next year, isn't it?
yeah, and realistically, if there were teams that went after him, I don't think he would go to United, which is
Yeah,
disappointing. However, next year his release clause is activated, which is something stupidly
yeah,
cheap compared to what he's being valued at present.
yeah, mate.
Um,
It's fucking
that's
Tesco
another
value, mate.
12 months. Definitely, it's another 12 months down the line. So potentially, we
Don't you dare yawn. I'll
would
fucking
have
fish
built
hook you, mate.
we would have built on what we've progressed with this season. So I think more
Yeah,
realistically, if we are to sign Haaland, it would be next year, not this year. But that's in a pipe
yeah,
dream.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Definitely.
and what was the other question, Graham?
Varane, do you reckon there's a chance? Varane, do you reckon there's a chance we'll get Varane? But give him a rating out of 10.
Yeah, 8.5.
We'll do a Howson's rating. 8.5. Fucking
Yeah,
hell,
eight
that's
and a half.
high. Fucking really,
Yeah,
really high. Wow. I'm going to say
yeah.
this,
I
right?
think.
I'm going to go completely
Yeah,
opposite. And I'm going to say one and a
yeah.
half. Just because of the board we
Really?
got.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Fair.
So we're going to
Yeah.
go for a
Right.
net
Yeah.
spend of 60 million in traditional sense.
Yeah.
Unless, I don't know. I just can't see us getting him. And if he goes anywhere, he'll go to PSG. But I think he's going to renew his contract. He's just, pissing about and stuff.
I think you've
So
got a point
that's
there, and I think what potentially could happen with that if he does sign another contract, I reckon. As much as I don't want to see it, we'll end up with someone like Ramos at the end of his career
yeah.
already.
But he
I
ain't
could see
coming,
that
mate.
happen.
Seville have offered him a
Yeah.
5-year contract.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. That's a one put out the window there. But
He's going.
yeah.
He's coming back home. He's going to be. He's living down the road from me, so around the corner.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he's
Fair enough.
God down in this part of the world. So right, mate, we got
Yeah.
some funny stadium names. We ain't got puns because we've not played anyone lately. But funny stadium names around the world. So
Yes.
I'm going to let you begin because you're the elder by 5 days.
Right. The first one is the one that I touched on a few episodes back. Good old
Yeah.
West Bromwich anal bomb at the Hawthorns. Good old whore.
Oh, mate, that was Santa Notch that corrected us, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes. So there's that one. Yep. There's a good old standard
Sweet.
whore.
Yes. Give me some more.
Yep. Next one would be fucking what's That's it.
Brain fart.
Wankdorf Stadium. It's is it the young boys? Yeah, I swear it's the young boys
Yeah, that's
stadium. Yeah, Wankdorf.
mate.
Yeah.
For young boys, it should be Wanker Dwarf Stadium in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Mate, okay, get this one. I've got one in Bhutan. It's called the Bumtang Stadium.
Nice. Hang on. Thinking of one.
Yeah.
Got one that it's a home away from home potentially for Boomhauer in Texas. Whataburger Field.
All right. Yeah. Oh, mate, we've got to go there and have some fucking full-on sliders there, mate.
That's a minor league
Oh,
baseball
brilliant.
team stadium. Corpus Christi.
Is it?
Yeah, Whataburger Field. Lovely.
Fucking hell. Corpus Christi. That means Christ's body
Yeah.
in Latin, mate. So
Right.
we've got
Well.
over in the US as well, we've got Dick's Sporting Goods Park somewhere up in Colorado. Oh,
Brilliant.
fucking class. And over in Ireland, we've got Hunky Dory's Park.
Hunky
Oh,
or
brilliant.
good old Sturm Graz, the Arnold Schwarzenegger Stadium.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Brilliant.
And your season ticket. And then we got, for Witten Albion, the Bargain Booze Stadium.
Yes.
Oh, brilliant.
Brilliant.
Mate, talking about Bargain
I've got
Booze,
another one.
my old flatmate,
Go for it.
hold the
Yeah.
phone, mate. My old flatmate, Jim,
Yeah.
at uni, mate, he used to buy the fucking pokest drink. It was Tesco value vodka. And
Oh,
because he was skin, he was always fucking skin. And I was like, mate, just smelling it would make you want to retch. It was like fucking windscreen spray, you know? And you never guess what he'd
Nice.
mix it with.
No idea.
You ready?
Go for it.
It only had to go and be fucking Tesco value blackcurrant cordial.
Nice. He kept the blue stripe going. Lovely.
Oh dear, the blue sick, mate. It was fucking wrong.
Yeah.
All right, give me another one.
Right. Okay. Got one for Denmark. Middle Fart Stadium.
Yes, mate, we've got to go there and do a fucking middle fight in front of the stadium.
Definitely.
Oh, mate. Oh, we would love a bit of middle fight. And I've got one for you, mate. We've got in Nashville, in America, the Gaylord Entertainment Center.
Yes.
Oh,
Brilliant.
I'm not a homophobe, my
Then we've
family. No offense. We ain't being
Yeah.
we're not xenophobes. So
No.
okay,
Right.
what you got, mate?
I've got a good one coming up from East Sussex in Lewis, the Dripping Pan.
Oh, mate, the grease. We love a bit of grease. And you've got over
Yes,
in
mate.
America again. You've got in Indianapolis. You've got the Cunt Stadium, spelled with a
Hunt
K.
Stadium. Yes.
Okay, you got anything
And
else, mate?
well, just one. linked in a bit with the old Only Fools and Horses. I can't remember who plays at it. Rodney Parade. Who
Okay.
plays at Rodney Parade? Oh my god, I've lost it.
Fucking hell.
Fuck, hang on, Google.
It's not. I was just about to say it's not Rodney Jack. Rodney Jack. Rodney Jack, who played for Torquay back in '97. Fuck knows how I remember him.
Yeah. Rodney Jack. Yeah, no, Rodney Parade. Or if you trigger, Dave Parade.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes, mate.
So, the last one, this was Shrewsbury's old stadium, closed in 2007. It was the Gay Meadow.
Gay Meadow, yes.
Brilliant.
It's all about the Gay Meadow.
Okay. So, right, listen. Ins and outs. So we got
Shake it all about.
Obviously, shake it all about, mate. We've got old Tom Heaton coming in. We've got Romero going out. Who's going to be number one? Who would you sell? De Gea or Hendo? Quick one, mate.
That is... I would sell De Gea. However...
Me too.
I've got a feeling that Henderson would be the first one to go. He will go before De Gea. Unfortunately. Okay. Solely because
I'm going to say this. Yeah. Say it.
Is because De Gea is being paid too much and no one will want to pay his wages for what they're getting. So basically, we're stuck with De Gea.
Unless we... Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I thought, there might be a little slim chance that he'll end up going to PSG, but if they get Donnarumma on a free, then...
you would take Donnarumma on a free any day of the week, wouldn't you?
But he's got his missus, Edurne, who's this Spanish pop star, and their boy over in Spain, because Edurne's got loads of TV contracts over here. And with COVID and stuff, I'm thinking, what's De Gea's priority right now? Obviously, seeing his little boy grow up. Oh, sorry, it's his daughter, isn't it? Sorry. Got a daughter.
Yeah.
Seeing her grow up or playing for Man U. So I don't know what he's going to do, but I reckon he's going to try and find a cheeky loan over in Spain, a team that will be willing to subsidise part of his wages, and then we'll give him a golden handshake after a year. That's what I think will happen. Okay, mate.
Right.
We've got defenders. Victor Lindelof. That came out of nowhere. Bit of Cartman. Oh, mate. So, Lindelof, what would you do with him? Keep him? Sell him? Or what do you think Ollie's going to do?
Well, it depends on if we can sign another centre-back.
Okay.
But I just don't know. The problem, quickly deviating away from the question here, I just don't see who we're going to sign centre-back wise. Because Kanate has gone to
I don't want to sign
Scousers. Yeah. Upamecano's gone to Bayern. Just leaves old matey from Madrid.
Varane's probably going to get a new contract.
Yeah, and I just don't see anybody half decent. So I think on that note, we will keep Lindelof.
Okay, yeah, I'd keep him. And I'm going to say this. I don't want to sign any defenders at all. All right? At all. I want Tuanzebe to be promoted to Maguire's partner next season. I absolutely love Tuanzebe. I think he's a fucking speed demon. He's a strong bastard. And he intimidates strikers. That's what I think. Now, I know people take the piss out of me, but I've been taking the piss out of all my life, so nothing changes there, mate. So
exactly.
Slabhead, we're keeping him. We've missed him, whether you like it or not, mate.
Yep, no, I agree with you. He
I
has
like
been missed.
I like Slabhead.
Yeah, I think
And
the only problem that I have, the only thing that I have issue I have now is the fact that he's still the club captain. That is not the way to go, and I will say that till the day that he leaves. He should. He isn't. He can be a captain, but he's not Manchester United's captain. Do you understand what I mean?
so you mean you'd prefer someone, like a Keane or a Robbo, or
Yeah.
someone more vocal
Yeah.
or more of an intimidating
Yeah.
presence? Like even a
Yes.
Bruno, or even
More
Bruno, you said the other.
Yeah.
No, I don't understand where you're going. Um, I do definitely understand where you're going. Now we've got obviously we're not going to get rid of Spider Wan-Bissaka, who's a fucking absolute
No.
beast. And we've got Brandon Williams. Now I like this kid.
Yep.
I think he's versatile,
Yep.
and obviously at times he lack confidence. But even if you spend money on a bloke who doesn't get a string of games, will also lose in
Yeah.
confidence, and
Yeah.
that will sort of be reflected when he gets the ball and stuff. But I like
Yeah.
Brandon Williams, and I don't want us to get a fucking hot spunk reject Kieran Trippier
I
at all.
I think with the Williams saga, hand on
Yeah,
heart, I think
yeah.
we would have more potential getting rid of him and then calling up Ethan Laird.
Ethan Laird. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Fair enough. But
So
I've
I
liked
think
Ethan
that
Laird
would.
as well because he's done well at
Yeah.
MK Dons.
Yep. So potentially that would
So
be more of the. But that all depends on whether or not we decide to wank away £30 million on old trips. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one.
no,
But
I mean, I honestly think that's a waste of money. The bloke's on a
it is.
physical decline. He went to an
Yep.
inferior league. He went to La Liga here in Spain, and he managed to get 6 goal contributions, which were 6 assists. Exactly the same as
Yep.
Spider Wan-Bissaka, and Spider Wan-Bissaka actually
Yep.
managed to get a couple of goals as well. So respect to him. And
Yep.
Wan-Bissaka hasn't even reached his prime yet. So I
Yep.
think that it's going to be
I
a
agree.
waste of money. And if you want someone to play 1 in every 5 matches at right back, to let Wan-Bissaka have, sporadic rest, I'm happy to
Yep.
have, our academy graduates, because I think that should be the priority. Not spending fucking 30 million
Yep.
on a Premier League has-been, who's a
Yep.
fucking rude boy, who scored a good free kick, a few years back, but that was about it.
Yep.
So, sorry, that's it.
That's
Rant
it.
over. Then we've got a Portuguese conundrum, Diego Dalot. What would you do with him?
Yep.
Sell him?
Sell him. Yep.
Okay.
Get rid of him.
Straight away?
But I don't think that. No, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think the fact that he's had a pretty strong season with Milan, I think he
Yeah,
will.
he's done
I
okay.
think Ollie's going to wipe the slate clean and bring him back, and then that will give Wan-Bissaka a bit of competition. I think because he will. He's come back refreshed, having a bit of game time under him.
Yeah.
All right, again, it's in Italy, so
Yeah,
it's not
definitely.
like the world's most competitive league, but he's still done okay. So I think that's what will happen. I'd like to get some money for him now,
Yeah.
but I can't see that happening.
I imagine if we sell him, we'd get 16 million plus for him. But, I mean,
Yeah,
he's just been
I
called up for
wouldn't
the
say much
Portuguese
more than that.
national
Yeah,
squad because Cancelo's just been tested positive, so he's out. Dalot's been promoted from
yeah,
the under-21. So I actually like Dalot. I
yeah,
think he's got a lot of potential. He's a skillful player,
yeah,
and he's quite strong as well for a young lad. Not obviously in the same category as Twanzebe, because that'd be ridiculous to say,
yeah,
but He looks strong, and I think he's got the Portuguese connection with Bruno, and I think Bruno would be a great mentor for him. So, it's food for thought. We got Mr. Mengi, mate, who was on loan at Derby for Rooney.
Yep.
What do you reckon we should do with him? Send him out
He's
on
not
loan
ready.
again?
Yeah, another couple of seasons on
Okay,
loan.
so
That'll bring him up to about 2021 then, and then bring him in. He's not. He's not going to be ready, and that would be dangerous. Not just on the club's behalf,
yeah,
because he would potentially cause some fuck ups, but it would also be bad on his career because then people would just say, "Oh well, you got dropped in at the United team. They obviously thought you were good enough to call you up, but
yeah,
you've flopped, and then you end up,
definitely.
just disappearing, which is not what we
Yeah, of
want."
course. Ford Capri, fucking that vibrated all the way over here in Spain, mate. So we've
Nice
got
Richter
now
scale.
a massive head fuck. So we've
Yep.
got Paul Pogba. Now, earlier you sent me a fucking meme and a half. So basically, you've got Paul Pogba playing for Man United. We've got Charmeleon, the standard Pokemon for Ash
Yeah.
Ketchum. Then you've got Charmander, next level of evoluted, if you can say that in English, evolved Pokemon
Evolution.
to obviously Charmander, evoluted. Fucking hell, mate. I need to just practice the lingo. I'm going to say in Italian. Let's see if Santa Nox can correct me. Evoluzionato. Mate, I've probably just made a right old fucking pigs here at the Italian there. So we've got evoluted Paul Pogba playing for France,
Yes.
putting in the shift
Yes.
in half on a more consistent sort of occurrence.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to say this before I ask you. I'm going to be rude, and I'm going to say, even though he's shown moments of pure magic and brilliance, I'd like him to leave. Cash in now.
Yep.
End the
Yep.
Raiola Ringsting circus fucking mayhem.
Yep.
And he's also injury prone. You don't know if he's going to fucking do a fucking power wank, injure his other elbow, and be on the sidelines for 5 months.
True. Now, there's one thing I'm going to, tap into there. The Raiola circus. Yes. If we get rid of Pogba, but then what would happen with that is we're just going to gain Haaland, so it's still going to be the Raiola circus, but on speed because it's Haaland, not Pogba. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's younger.
Yeah.
He's going to have more
there's
going
me being
on.
a tit.
But
right, I'm going to think.
I think I definitely agree.
I think Ollie can.
That
yeah.
We should cash in on Pogba.
I keep going.
I would happily take 40 million for him.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to think if he signs a new contract and he asks for stupid money, then people that outperform him, even Scott McTominay. I mean, on paper, I know a lot of people associate him with this hybrid called McFred and stuff, but basically, I've told you before, McTominay is my favourite player for Man United. I love, following the graduates in general. How the graduates progress and stuff. I'm a Pritzker fan as well from the old Academy review on Paddock. But I think that, people like McTominay that may beat him statistically with goal contributions say, hold on a minute, if I'm on 100k a week and he's on 400k a week, this doesn't sound right if I've got 4 or 5 more goal contributions than him, say, in a couple of seasons or something, And that's just going to inflate the rest of the players' contracts, and that's just going to fuck up our finances even more. So
no, I agree. So
then we've got Johnny Kill, Juan Mata.
We've just offered
let
him
him
another
leave
contract,
and find game time elsewhere.
No, I think we've just offered him. I think basically, if he does sign that contract, because rumour has it that they're knocking £70,000 a week off his contract, down to 100k.
Yeah.
If he does
Well, which makes
accept that,
sense.
if he does accept that, he will stay till he retires, and then he will. I think Ollie's playing the long game, and he will eventually pull him in as a
Yeah.
coach. That's what I can see, personally. I think that's what will happen. There'll be a gentleman's handshake in there somewhere, saying, right, you sign this contract
Yeah.
on 100k a week for the next 18 months. Once that's up, you've got yourself
Yeah.
a position in the academy somewhere or a first team coach, a bit like Michael Carrick.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely see where you're coming from, but I honestly think that Juan Mata has actually got a good another 5 or 6 seasons in him and playing in an inferior league. So he could go over to Italy or come over here to Spain. He could easily play for Granada and be a fucking god
Yeah,
over here, you know? Because you've got
yeah,
bloody Roberto Soldado fucking whacking in the
yeah,
goals, and he's what our age, you know? So
yeah,
yeah. Then we got Jesse Lingard, mate. Sell him now while
yeah.
he's being a fucking killer in the Premier League.
Yep.
Get as much money as possible for him.
Again, this is the whole situation, like what I was just saying. With Dalot, I think it's a case of Ollie's going to bring him back and say, right, your slate's been wiped clean,
Yeah.
and I'm going to give you another run. My view on
Yeah,
this
totally.
is the fact that we need to get shot of. Take £15 million for the lad. I know it's probably well under market value for him, but it gets him off the books,
Well, his
gives
contract
him a fresh
expires next
start.
season.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So just get something for him because he didn't cost us anything. So whatever we
no,
sell him for is going to be a profit, in theory.
definitely. Okay, then we got moving
So
on
yeah.
to Andreas Pereira, Andy
Yep.
Petrie. What are we going to do with this bloke? Do we take
Sell
him
him.
back or do we get rid of ASAP? Okay.
Sell him. Don't need him.
I know, right? I've got this wild theory, right? You know how fucking nuts I
Yep.
am. I actually think that
Yep.
I'd like him back. So if
Really?
Jesse goes, if if Mata goes, I do think that Bruno can somehow, you know, improve him psychologically because
Yeah.
this kid, well, he's sort of in his mid-20s now. I think he's got so much raw talent and he's very, very technical. Even Howson said this, that he's one of our most technical players. If you play five-a-side with him, you know, it blows away. But there's
Yeah.
something in his head that isn't there, and he lacks self-belief. But if you got Bruno also speaking to him in the Portuguese as well, I think that'd be a very positive thing. So I'm going to say he's a wild
Okay.
card, and I'm in
Right.
like the extreme minority. About 99% of the United fan base would be like, if I can get rid of him ASAP. I actually don't
Yeah.
mind him having
Yeah.
him back in the event that we get rid
Yeah.
of Jesse and Mata. Right, we've got Fred,
Okay.
Pastor Fred, mate. A lot of
Yep.
fans can't stand him. I love him.
Yep.
I'm laughing, but I do. I want to keep him. Don't know about you, mate.
What's more Brazilian than Fred? Yeah.
If you
I
shave
think
a fanny with a butter knife, that'd be more Brazilian. You get a better
Fanny.
Brazilian than Fred.
Yes, you heard it here first. Um,
Oh, yes, mate.
I think we will keep him. He
Yeah.
has most definitely got to work. He's got a lot of work to do over the summer on his possession.
Okay.
If I'm honest,
Right.
his retaining
Okay.
of the ball, um,
Yeah.
and his first touch, because the last handful of games at the end of the season, he was proper dog shit.
Yeah. I mean, he was on a downer. Plus, he'd played so much, you know. Oh, stinker.
Fuck me.
Fucking talking about
Taking
dog
all the
shit.
oxygen out of the air, that one.
You fucking
Shit.
ripe. Oh dear, mate. Where were we?
Oh,
Ahmed, you love him.
Fred.
You want to see
Ah,
more of him? Yeah.
Ahmad.
Oh, Fred.
I
Yeah.
yeah. All right, let's go to Ahmad. Yeah, I think he, with your Andreas wild card, he is my wild card.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'm honest, I think
No, I
th-
definitely
this
think
is
that
how
he's raw talent.
I think what would happen is this is how I see if we continue in the formation that we did the season just finished. This is how
Yeah.
I see it in the next 12 to 18 months. Greenwood up front, Rash on the left, Fernandez in the middle, Ahmad on the right. That's how I see it.
Right. So you don't think there's a chance that we sign Jason Sanchez in the end, without the
Well,
fan base
this is
burning the stadium
this is
down, or at least the London office?
yeah, this is under the whole idea of we don't sign Jason Sanchez.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we don't sign
Dirty
Sancho,
Sanchez.
I can see that's how we would line up.
Yeah. Oh no, fair bet. I mean, Ahmed, mate, looks fucking sick. His goal for the Ivory Coast
Yep,
free kick the other day was an absolute beaut and a half with his left foot. So
yep,
I'm very excited to see how he progresses. Now we've got Dan James. I
yep.
love him, and I was watching Wales yesterday, and I was obviously vouching for
He
him,
was
and I thought he was their
he was
best
well
player.
pissed off when he come off, wasn't
Yeah, I mean, fucking Gareth Bale, mate, he was fucking wank. He was
he? Yeah,
so shy and wasteful. Dan James was playing his heart out, and he was, dribbling well. He was doing some good
yep.
passes, and I think this kid has got a
Quick,
very bright future. I know you sort of criticised him last episode, but I don't know if you
yeah,
like him as a squad player,
know
as a
what?
typical Jesper Blomqvist.
Yeah, as a squad player, yes, he's no way near first team starter, but as a squad player, I think he is useful. But quick question for you:
Yeah.
do you think
Yes,
Gareth
mate.
Bale is going
Have
to
you ever?
hang up his
Sorry.
boots at the end of the Euros?
No, mate. He's got more money to make. He can
Do you
just sit
reckon?
back. Do you know what? He might even be playing for Real Madrid again next season without Franz Schwarzer. It wouldn't surprise
Maybe,
me.
but do you think he would hang up his boots and then go and become like a PGA? Go and play the PGA or something
No,
like that?
definitely not.
No,
No, I think I can see him playing for another 5 years, making as much money as possible,
really.
and sitting on the
Fair
bench
enough.
for as long as possible as well. So
Yep, doing fuck all. Yeah.
then
Not learning the
we
lingo.
got Facundo Palestri. Nah, no,
Yes.
he's not bothered about that. Facundo
No.
Palestri. What would you do about this bloke? Loan him out again?
Send him. Send him out on loan again. Yep.
Short and
I
sweet that was. What
because
about Matic? Static
he's only
Matic?
18. And going back to Palestri, the boy's only 18
Yeah,
still,
mate.
isn't he? So I'd send him out
That's
for
right.
another 3 seasons, easy. But yeah, go to Matic. I would keep him,
Okay, interesting.
but he would only be used in like emergency backup.
In the Europa League when we get kicked out the fucking Champions
Yeah,
League again.
that's it. That's it.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not going to say that.
you
I'm not going to jink it
you
this
know.
time round like last season when I fucking said
Wait,
we'd win
wait.
the Europa League when we're in the Champions League.
You did nearly call it, didn't you? Which I was very impressed about.
Yeah, yeah. There's nothing to be proud of. I should control my stupid wild card predictions. Now I want to
Yeah,
get rid of
your
Matic,
urges.
and I want to say thank you for your service. I want to say thank you for your
Yeah.
service and for your speed and stuff. And I'd love to see Jimmy Garner being
Right.
promoted and fucking given a good run of games. I'd love that. I'd love to see. This is my ideal sort of picture in a few years. McSauce and Garner, the the midfield pair. That's what I'd love to see.
Yeah.
Then we've got,
I've got a quick question.
what would you do
Another
with
quick
Garner?
question for you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, mate.
No, I agree with you, but think about this. Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Van der Beek and McSauce.
Yeah, no, I think next season that should be the way forward. I mean, obviously Donny's still carrying an injury and he needs to get himself sorted out
Yeah.
physically. But no, that's something that excites me. I don't want to get rid of Donny. There's some weird, fucked up rumours saying that he's been linked with Arsenal, but I think that's just fucking arseholes.
Yeah.
What about your opinion of Garner? Would you promote him or send him back to the Championship for another season? Because remember, he's 20 and he's
Yeah. No,
obviously
I would.
quite a few
We
years
need to
older
keep him.
than Bellingham and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. No, we need to. We need to keep him. And he needs to be
yeah,
introduced at quite a fast rate. We can't be too wrapping him up in cotton wool situation.
yeah.
He's been in a very
Okay,
physical league this season, um, in the Championship, so he's ready to
yeah,
kick some ankles. Um, so I think, but if we do use him, we need to give him at least 25 to 30 minutes per game. There's no use bringing him on
yeah.
80 minutes gone, 10 minutes ago. There's no point.
No,
No
no,
point.
de- defo.
So that
I mean,
would be
Ollie's good at
how
man
I
management
would play it.
and yeah, and
Yeah.
also easing players in and stuff. Now, there's one more midfielder I'm going to mention, right? And this is Dylan Levitt. So he's
Yeah.
been on loan over in Croatia for a team who I believe have been relegated from the top flight in the Croatian league. Yeah, he's been called up
Yep.
for Wales. He's in the Euro squad,
Yep.
and in the friendly last weekend, he played very well. And on the FOTMob community, he was voted man of the match. So, what would you do with Dylan Levitt, mate?
How old is he? 19.
Something like that.
Right. 2 more seasons out on loan, and then bring him back.
Okay, nice. And
Yep.
then we've got Hannibal, who's decided to have his allegiance with Tunisia instead of France, which makes sense to obviously get more game time.
Yep.
Would you say another season for the under-23s or send him out on loan?
Honestly,
Or even
I would
promote
do
him, mate?
neither.
Yeah.
I would bring him up into the first team
Yeah,
and
fair
keep him there.
enough. I mean, a lot of people see so much potential, but I think, Ollie's very good at sort of easing players in. That could work. But I
Yeah.
think that he still needs another season, potentially a good loan, and I would suggest in France. Or, this is crazy,
Right.
for a top flight Tunisian team. Because there he's been sort of unveiled as, a pop star, when he
Yeah.
decided to change allegiance to Tunisia. So I think that could be interesting for him,
Yeah.
He's is held in very high regard in Tunisia. So now strikers, mate. I mean, or forwards. Obviously, we're going to keep Rashford, Greenwood, and Cavani at least for another season. We've got Tony
Yeah.
Marshall. What? This is a daft question. I know you're not a fan of him. Get rid of him now,
Yeah.
or keep him. Give him one final chance.
Um. Oh, you know. Oh, bloody hell! Fuck it. Get rid of him. Need to get rid of him. He's had his chance.
Okay.
He.
Right.
I know.
We've
I know he's
hit
injured, and that's
the almost hour
harsh.
mark.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, get rid.
Okay. Well, because we've got Alanga, who's got 3 in his last 3, obviously including the Sweden under-21s,
Yeah.
I think he could be a wild card backup striker.
Yep.
So I really like Tony. He's on big money, and I still think he's got a lot to offer. And his partnership with Rash is fucking mint. But there's just something about his mojo that worries me. So
Yeah.
I think cash in, use Mason and also Cavani as your main forwards this season. And then
Right.
Alanga to be eased in. And that's about it, mate. I know we've got Shortire or Shoretire. Still think he needs another season in the under-23s. Can't see him physically
Yes.
ready. And what I've seen of him, I don't think he's good enough. An old Afro boy, Chongi. I really like this lad. But for some reason, it's not working out in his second loan club. And if we sold him, we'd only get about 5 million for him. So I'd say hold on to him, but try and get a decent loan somewhere in a team that's going to offer him, playing time. What about you, mate?
I think, unfortunately, with him, Mason Greenwood hit the ground running a season or 2 earlier than expected. So we sent him out on loan just to see how he would, act, so to speak. And he's failed to make the grade in that respect, which is disappointing. He could have ripped up the Bundesliga, but he didn't. And we then sent him out on loan to Bruges, was it?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
And again, he hasn't really been. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think he's just.
He started off well, but then he was overlooked.
Yeah, I think if you were to honestly ask him, I think he's still coming to terms with the fact that he's been overlooked at United solely because of Greenwood emerging faster than anyone predicted.
And there's also something that we don't see, all the stuff going on behind the scenes. So I honestly think that maybe if he's not got the right attitude and work ethic, then there's no point in giving him more chances in the first team. So, but I'd still like to see him given another loan opportunity somewhere, preferably in a place where he can speak his native language, Dutch, or even Flemish, because they're basically mutually intelligible. So that's about it, mate. So the last question for you, mate, before I hang up is basically if you could sign any players now, given that we're going to have a net spend of around 60 million, who would there be? And go.
I think we need. I would say Declan Rice. That's what we need.
Okay. All right, fair enough. And I'm going to say I only want us to sign one player. This is how fucking mental it is because I just can't see us signing a grade A striker, aka Haaland. I want us to get Jason Sanchez, which is the Paddock nickname for Jadon Sancho. And sorry, especially if Rashford's going to end up getting his shoulder operation. So that's it. And then any of the incomings would be promotions from within. So, I've mentioned the typical players such as the Levitts or especially the Garners, and Twanzebe being our main centre
Yeah.
back next to Slabhead. So that's it, mate. So give me your closing words, mate. It's going to fucking
Well,
take forever
it's been,
to upload.
it's been a progressive season.
Yes, mate. Definitely.
So it's over and out from me on this one.
Yes, mate. Over and out, and I'll speak to you later, you fucking chronic master faders. And don't use a Stanley knife on your feet.